Hello and welcome to day 4 of Mission 1000. I'm super excited to be your host once again today. And congratulations, you've been part of day 1, 2, 3, and now you're in day 4. It can only get better, right? So today we're going to be talking about finding your why. It's very important that if you clearly understand the purpose, the motive behind what you're doing, it's going to be the fuel for your journey. When the purpose of a thing is not known, not that as abuse is inevitable, is that it doesn't sustain you the longevity of continuity in that adventure. So I will simply say, without purpose, you will quit too soon, right? Real estate, I've said it before, is not a get rich quick scheme. It is precept upon precept, line upon line. You must learn to endure, you must learn to be committed, you must learn to be consistent. And one of the things that keeps you going even when the rain of life falls on you is that you have a strong why. Why real estate? Why are you doing this? Are you doing it just because somebody said it? Are you doing it because you feel like that is the current money magnet, or are you doing it because you really see yourself in this sphere and you see yourself becoming that millionaire of your dream through the environment of real estate? We've talked a lot about real estate in Nigeria. We've talked about Mission 1000. We've talked about so many things in our induction classes, and we've spoken a lot. There is so much more to learn, but it's very important that you redefine why you want to be a millionaire, why real estate for you, right? So when the projection comes, let's just listen to this. When the sales are slow, when nobody believes in you, only your why will keep you standing. So let's get your why in place. In this mission, we are not just building people who just want to be realtors. We're not just raising realtors. We are building people who are going to be financially empowered, vision driven, and build to last. People who are going to build things to last. Many of you are going to become developers. Many of you are going to become real estate marketers. Many of you are going to become a great realtor, billionaire realtors, millionaire realtors, right? So for me, I'm not just, or as a team in Binarity, we are not putting all of these costs together just to make you just become a realtor. We believe we are going beyond you just being a realtor, but we are empowering you with tools, equipping you with the right knowledge that's going to afford you the opportunity to come into that financial freedom through real estate, right? But here's the truth. Skill alone is not enough. You need fire in your spirit. And that fire comes from your what? From your why. This why talks about the reason, the purpose, the motive, the intention, the drive. What is that constant boosting energy within you that keeps you going? Because when the rain of life, the wind of life blows at you, when you are disappointed at the client, when it seems like a project failed, when it seems like you didn't get sales on time, what keeps you going, what keeps that drive coming is because you have a stronger conviction. And that is what I'm talking about today. Your conviction. As simple and as insignificant as you might want to consider this speech or this teaching to be, it is very, very pivotal for your lasting success, right? Your why is your personal reason. Why do you choose real estate? Have a moment of reflection. Why real estate? It's never too late to have a stronger why. You look at the industry, find a model, find a role model, find what works. Why real estate? What have you seen that has put you into this space? If it's money that is your motivation, it's good, but it's not fair enough, right? You must think beyond money. You must think impact. You must think legacy. You must think, you being a realtor or you being a developer is beyond you just selling houses and just getting people to bring their money to you. It's about creating that lasting impact, that lasting legacy, not just for yourself but for people, bringing hope, bringing genuity, bringing integrity in a world full of scam, full of a lot of scandals. coming to stand as a light, as truth, you must have a strong why, right? Why do you choose real estate? Another question you need to ask yourself is, why do you want financial freedom? It is very obvious that the vision of Mission 1000 is to ensure that people are financially empowered and are free financially, bringing about financial freedom to their life. The question to you now is, why do you want financial freedom? One of the things you might want to consider that financial freedom brings you into an avenue that guarantees you to always have what you want when you want it. That is financial freedom, right? And this, for me, let me put it to you, it is one of the desires of God for you, to see that you are financially free. You shouldn't be in a position whereby you want something and you cannot get it. So, but beyond your self-comfort, beyond your stability, what do you seek financially? When you have hundreds of millions and billions, what then do you want to do with those money? It goes beyond your comfort. You must have a greater purpose and sense of pursuit when it comes to why money, right? So another question you want to ask yourself, why do you wake up every day? Why do you keep showing up? Because real estate is about consistency. Is about consistency. You must have that strong why that keeps you posting every day, making content every day, resharing, reposting. You must have a strong why to why you are doing what you are doing. These are the things that are going to energize you, equip you to keep going until you break through, until you break that wall, until you break forth into the other side, right? Your sense of purpose, your sense of decision, your sense of intentionality is very, very pivotal. And because when the journey gets tough, and it will, you won't survive no motivation, you won't survive on motivation alone. You need a reason that's bigger than money. So let me help you find your why with these few questions. These are going to help you find your why. Number one, what is one thing you never want to suffer again? You don't want to suffer being broke. You don't want to suffer being a mediocre. You don't want to suffer being at the mercy of men. You don't want to suffer being in lack or in want. You don't want to suffer not making impact. You don't want to suffer not being relevant. Whatever it is that you don't want to suffer again, think about it. Maybe it's poverty, maybe it's watching your parents struggle. The pain is cruel. Please, this is one of the things that are going to really help you to find your why. Another question I will ask to you, this is a reflective moment. It's a moment whereby you want to have that personal reflection. These are things that are going to really strengthen you and create that anger, that anger to pursue this goal. Please, you need to find your why, because motivation won't do. Motivation won't do. You need something stronger in your spirit to keep you going. So another question I'd like to ask you is, what kind of life do you dream to create? What kind of environment do you want to put your family in? Do you want your children to experience? You want them to go to certain schools, but do you have the financial capacity for that? You want them to experience certain connections, relationships. You want them to have a glorious future, yourself, your family, your wife, your husband. You have dreams, you have aspirations, but you need resources to bring them to life, right? You want to have an outreach. You're passionate about orphanage, you're passionate about the homeless, but it needs resources, right? My question to you is, what kind of life do you dream of creating it? And how will real estate come into play that role? Let me tell you, it's of a fact we made that clear yesterday and the day before. And that is, real estate is the new oil well. In fact, every oil well is real estate. Every factory owner, every business owner are practically into real estate. Let me bust your bubble. Do you know Chicken Republic is into real estate? Do you know Domino Pizzas is into real estate? Do you know that Amber Burger is into real estate? This we discussed about the commercial side of real estate, right? As long as it's on the land and it's attached to it permanently, you're talking real estate. right? So you think about it. What kind of future, what kind of home do you want to create, right? Another question I'd like to ask you is that who are you doing this for? Who are you doing this for, right? Who are you doing this for? Your children, your family, your future self, right? Imagine 5 to 10 years from now, what does freedom look like for you? Think about this thing. This is probably when you're watching this video, just pause. Take a moment and just pause and just breathe out and just think for a moment. Probably have your jotter or probably just pause and then come back and replay. Take these questions out. Think about them. It will fuel something within you that wants to keep you going, right? And if you have found your why, I want you to place on the comment section, I have a reason to pursue. And if you found that reason, type that reason in the comment section. It will help us to hold you accountable. Another question I'd like to ask is that if money were not an issue, what would you be doing? If you don't have a money problem, you have all the money for meeting all of your needs, what will you be doing? What will you be doing? The answer reveals what truly matters to you. This will truly help you to know what truly, if you have the money you needed to get that car now, to get that new clothes, to get that house rent paid for, what if you have the money, what will you be pursuing? Right? Think about this. These are questions that will help you have a stronger reflection to build a substantial and a solid life sustaining why. And of course, your why is your power. Real estate is rewarding but demanding. Let me repeat that again. Real estate is highly rewarding, but it demands from you. It demands. You have to be resilient. I can't overemphasize that. Real estate is highly demanding. Speaking from someone who has experience, who have tasted, I'm not just someone talking to you out of the blues. I'm talking to you from a place of practical involvement as a builder, right? Real estate is highly demanding. Real estate is for the bold. Real estate is for those that are what Yoruba would call akoju, abi? What's it called? What's it called? Say it now. No, Festus is behind my camera. Don't worry. Say it. Akikanju. If you are Yoruba, you understand. I don't know what it's called in Igbo. Well, that's what it's called in Yoruba. Someone that's pressing. So you will need to make calls and you will get rejected, face doubt, but when your why is strong, you will rise above the noise. You will speak to people who seems very promising, who gives you all the hope, just flowing with your vibes and looking as though they understand everything and they are not making commitment. And you are following up on them, you are chatting them up, and they lose as though they blocked you or they are not responding to your chat again. Don't worry. Your why is what keeps you going, right? So listen, every successful realtor, investor, entrepreneur, developer you admire to start, started with a simple decision backed by a strong reason. Every realtor, developer, either is myself you admire, we all started with a stronger conviction, a desire, right? And that is what has kept us going. And that's the reason, that reason as what has shaped their resilience today. So don't just chase profit, chase purpose. Look at it beyond yourself. Look at the people your life is going to be impacting. Imagine a lot of people say, Kai, it was through this guy, Chris, it was through this guy, Danny, that was able to secure that property and see me, I'm a landowner today. Oh, imagine after 2 years, 3 years, people are coming back to you. 1 year after, come back to you, come and tell you that, Kai, thank you for helping me to make that right investment. Thank you for guiding me. Thank you for showing me the way. Now, imagine, think about that. Think about that. And yeah, so yes, your task, your assignment, right? I want you to share your why. Share it in a classroom. Share your why. Tell us, why do you join Mission 1000? Why, when you saw the flyer, when you saw our videos, or when a friend told you, why did you join Mission 1000? Tell us why real estate matters to you. Make it a video, probably a 1-minute video. Make it a video. And then also, excuse me, also tell us what impacts you want to create through real estate, right? Let's hold each other accountable, right? So that we grow deeper in our goals and not just sales target, right? Your why is your anchor. Never forget that. Your why is what anchors you. Is that pillar of your life. If you don't get that why there, whatever you're building, in a matter of time, will come crashing down. Right? Your why is what keeps that building. You have a reason, irrespective of how many rejections and no's. I'm not just bombing you guys. Come and sell real estate. You can make the money. It is real. It is life. This is practical life. Real estate is dealing with life most wanted needs, but yet it at a skeptical place of people. People are okay renting houses because they don't have anything to lose. Yes, they go through the hustle of agent trying to get a house, but they are okay. You can get a house, just pay for house rent and you move into the house and you are staying there for years. But to go and put in their money to buy a land or buy a house, there's a lot of scandals in this space. People are scared. You need to come into that space and make them see that through you they can have a safe haven. That is why your why must be strong. You see, your why is your anchor, right? And when the storms comes, because it will, that anchor will keep you grounded. So you are not just here to survive, you are here to dominate, to inspire, and to build a legacy for yourself and for people, right? So let's keep pushing. See you tomorrow, day 5. And yes, see you in class. It's Mission 1000, 1000 millionaires, 1000 realtors.